So we've got Marco, one of the last cards of him potentially in the Dortmund shirt. Maybe, or I can imagine we will get an end of an era. It's got to be done really. During Footies, I believe he's finishing off his career at Dortmund, so they have basically got a chance to give him that 99 that he deserves. The 5-star, 4-star, quick step, incisive, and also chip shot coming in at the moment at about 900,000. We've managed to get a really nice snipe on him, and stat-wise looking very good for a cam. We have got some playstyles that are decent enough. Travella, Flair, First Touch, Technical, Whipped Pass, Power Shot, and also Finesse, alongside his lovely triple Playstyle Plus. And in terms of the card itself, there's a few different chemistry styles you can go for. If you go over to Footbin, you've got Basic, Hunter, Engine, and then we go further down into the Anchor, Sniper, and Marksman. If we was to keep him on his Basic, he would be, if I could find Basic, 94 pace, 96 shooting, 97 passing with the 98 dribbling, and also the 87 physicality. If you are looking for more of a striker, the Hunter's definitely not a bad place to go. Does give him the 96 pace and then also the 98 shooting, but he does have no extra bonus on his acceleration as that already is 99. So you are getting the major sprint speed upgrade as that is only 86 on the base, and then obviously the shooting side of stuff is already at a pretty good level. The other one is going to be the Engine, which is going to go for more of his kind of agility balance side of stuff, again only given sprint speed, so you are looking towards more of a cam in that sort of role. Realistically, all of these, so if we go with a basic, you're looking at 98 cam overall, 97 centre forward or a 97 winger. A Hunter focusing morely on the striker, you're going to get a 93 with 96 across the board, and an Engine is 97 across the board rather than a 91 striker and a 96 centre forward. So I'm going to go with the basics to start with and see what we can get from him. Let's jump into him and see if he's worth the 900,000 coins. Let's have a look and see what it's all about then. I mean, I'm very interested as normally a Reus team of the season tends to be quite good. I like that they've gone with the moments as well because that has clearly given him enough to be able to get one of these. Can we put that ball in? Obviously got the incisive as well, so got to think like a cam with him, even though he can have the stats to produce absolute magic. There he is on the inside, looking for it. That's a great challenge. Very, very risky at times. Looking for the ball across, trying to find himself in an attacking role there. I think the only problem with the no shooting playstyle plus, like, chip shot is nice, but realistically, it's not going to give us any joy. Like, there's very little opportunity that I'm actually performing a chip shot, and I guarantee it's not going to be in the next couple of matches. Most definitely, as we look for the quick step. Can he get away from everybody? Little bit of luck. I mean, do you know the worst thing is, as I was trying to ball roll thinking, okay, I just said that I'm not going to need to chip shot, and that would have been the perfect opportunity to be able to chip shot. Into his feet. Oh, he's moved. He's moved! Oh my, left foot was nowhere near. Into his feet. Lovely bit. How on earth he managed to get that away, I don't know. Get the first good touch, and Kerr's just going to lap it up easily. Why on earth he's sticking a leg out there? We got no chance. Reus with free kicks and penalties for days. We're going to look for a straight down the middle. Yeah, nice and easy. Was thinking right-hand side, so look at him go there. Lovely bit. Oh, he's done him there, hasn't he? Get that chip shot. Ooh, to be fair, I don't even know when the best time is to use it, to be honest. Like, in terms of the power and all that, because realistically, I just don't use chip shot that very often at all. What on earth is he doing? What was that defensive tactic? He kind of like moved everybody out of the goal. I've decided not to go for the easy goal and ended up screwing up my shot. Find it back over. Little ball roll outside. Looking for that one. Go for the fake again and get the goal. Thank God. Good pass from Reus into Mbappe. Mbappe's going to look for something. I try. I was going to say try and work it back, but it didn't work like that.
Well, not long to go until the break, and the hosts are in complete control. Your thoughts on what they've shown us?
Lovely bit of play. He's just perfect. He's absolutely everywhere. It is such a shame that he's come during a time of so many cams. Like, if you didn't want him, you've got the choice of Simons. You've obviously got Musiala. You've then got Vert. So, already you've got so much option for a cam, and it's just... there's just too much option, and most definitely he's not number one on that list. And even then, you've got the likes of Foden that's going to be a big one, and Bruno if he ever decides to get a big upgrade on himself. But there is just so much option that it is a shame that he's not one of the forefronts for it, because he's a decent card. But oh, can I get the chip shot? Go across goal. We're going to get one eventually. But in terms of kind of how he is as a card, he's a very, very decent card for the price that you're paying as well. Like, what, we're coming in just about 900 at the moment. Oh, it's a good ball. Have we got enough? Enough in the tank. Finds a hit. Are we going to go and save it? I swear to God if she's touched that. I was going to say... No, that's a great layoff. Douglas Luiz is looking for him. Can we find him on that near? Why on earth that has not gone there? Little 1-2 with Reus. Sammy Kerr is going to find him. Little 1-2. Pulls it back. Drops it back in for him. It's got to be an easy one. There's an ambulance going by, but we're still getting the fire. No. There it is. Looking for it. Lets it go. Looks for the Trivela. Really probably... Oh, no. Is it a penalty? Oh, it's just a free kick. I was going to say, I didn't see anything there. Royce going to bring it down, though. Little back to him. Can we go with a little roulette? No, we've tried to do too much. It's nearly been given back to us, though. Royce in the dying embers of this match. Looking for the reverse ball back to Coleman. It's not a bad pass, but definitely could have just had that little bit more of a spark in it. Into Royce. Little bit of skills. Looking for that Trivela this time. He sees the game out, and it is an absolute stunner, as always. So going into his price point then, he's currently coming in apparently at about 860, so we will have a look on the market to see if that is true, but that still is a pretty fair price, and like we've seen with most of these Team of the Seasons is, by Monday, Tuesday time, we tend to have the value that they're going to sit at for that week. That's not to say that it can change. It most definitely can, and I think it's not unheard of to see a market absolutely crash midweek, but it normally suggests that that's kind of what we've got. And then as we go through most of the Team of the Seasons, we'll get to that sort of level, and more than likely this card eventually will be about like 100,000 coins, which normally is the case during footies, and I can imagine even Euros, to be honest, at the same time as well. So in terms of the price, we're looking at the minimum at this moment in time. We're looking at 898, which still is absolutely fantastic. So I'll make a little bit of value on my... That one's even gone, in fact. So let's have a look again. So we go back here. So what we're looking at... Okay, he's gone. So we're looking at 912 being the lowest. So Footbin is just a little bit behind, as we can imagine. So I'm going to go and get mine up for about 905. How much did I pay for it? I paid 865, so a decent amount of profit that you can make sometimes if you get a little bit lucky. I was kind of expecting him to be completely on the floor by the time I came back, but I put it selling for 909. If anyone managed to get that, then GG's to you. Now, in terms of the cams, the big comparisons we're going to have in the Bundesliga is going to be our boy Wirtz, who is outstanding. We then also have Musiala, another very, very good card. And then finally, the cheapest of the lot is going to be Simons. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. But a very good card nonetheless. He is the lowest rated of the kind of quadruple there. We do have 3.2, 2.8, 400,000, and as we discussed, about 900. We call it 900 even. At this moment in time, we're looking at a 4-4, 5-4, 5-5, and Royce is a 5-4 as well. All of them very good with a pace, as always. Simons taking the lead there. Shooting-wise, actually Wirtz and also Royce is taking the #1 spot. Everybody's got great dribbling, as we can imagine. Physicality, Simons has the most, which I was surprised at. Even so, very, very good cards across the board, and I reckon you could get away with all of them, to be fair. Now, the only kind of bad thing with Simons is the 4-4. That, for me, is just not... I need a 5 at something. Like that is just a no-brainer completely. Playstyle pluses, tiki-taka in technical and long ball pass versus trickster, incisive, technical, first touch and power shot. And then obviously Reus with his quick step, his incisive and his chip shot. Now, I think I prefer the incisive, so Musiala and Reus is going to be up there compared to a long ball pass. Wirtz has the first touch, which would be kind of in comparison to tiki-taka, trickster, and also the chip shot. So I'd kind of say that takes the win in my eyes. And then obviously the power shot compared to I suppose really he just doesn't have any passing one, or other than, first touch is technically what takes it away. So Wirtz doesn't have the passing one, whereas we've got tiki-taka, long ball for Simons, we've got incisive for Reus and Musiala. So it all depends on what you're looking at in terms of what you want as a cam. I would say Wirtz is my favourite, then Musiala, then Reus, then Simons. That would be just generically the kind of ranking there. And to be fair, that is the price ranking as well, which is no surprise. Most cards, as you tend to go up the rank, tend to be better. It's somewhat, but Playstyle pluses then as well. I think Reus has got a very decent shout in there. It is just purely that chip shot that I'm just not a massive fan on anyway. Even so, the card is very good. If he does drop down even more, I reckon you're looking at, if you can get him about 600, 700, I think you got an absolute winner there. He's a 95. Moments, he's obviously in the Dortmund team. You can get pretty decent links across the board with him. He's got his agility balance. He's got his pace, his shooting, his passing. Everything about this card is very nice. And especially if you are going to be assisting some very good strikers, this could be a card for you. So it'll be interesting to see where he kind of steps in at, really. I can see him relatively cheap before a couple of weeks by. Let me know what you think about him, though. I think at the minimum, I'm going to say at least a 9.5. I think Musiala and also Wirtz come at the 10s, but I'd say he's just behind them.